All right, going to be doing a little bit of Ramchargering. There's a little bit of stuff I need to do to get it ready to work on. So as you notice, the hood is off. One of the things that I did was I took the little safety latch right here. I took all that off because on the other truck it was going to hit the windshield, and I got the little moving blanket up there. Had help with that, so wasn't really ready for that yet, but you got to take the help when you can get it. So I'm going to be getting all the interior out. We got the console, got an extra door panel. Actually, that's the one off Harold 2.0. Headliner, the back headliner, front headliner. I'm going to move this. I'm going to be going down to the other shop anyway. So I'm going to just take some of this stuff out. Now this is the seat that I'm going to be going to. This is a newer model Ram seat right here. So you can kind of see. I'll try to do that color scheme on the inside, but I'd like to try to get this on here while I'm in here doing stuff. Yeah, get that stuff cleaned out, get it down to the other shop, then we can get to the engine. I want to get it running. I want to take care of the engine bay, engine and transmission this go around. Also that stupid leak back behind there. So that's what I can do right now. I'm not quite ready to pull the engine out, but that doesn't mean that I can't get everything disconnected. I want to get this fender off, the inner fender off, which is pulling all this stuff out. I'll probably go ahead and pull the wiring harness. This is the time to paint the inside of it. So that's probably what I'll be doing, rerouting some of my gauges. All right, I got the wiring harness out. That's just part of cleaning the engine bay there. Nothing real special about pulling these out. It's just, pulling the harness out. I want to show a couple things in here. I mean, this is an old harness. So you see, this is a headlight connector. That wire needs to be replaced. It probably, once I get back up in here, it'll be good. I might take this time. I definitely want to do an upgrade on the headlights and put some better ones in, which means I'd have to beef up all the wires anyway. But here it is. I got my MSD, the little Street Fire box right there tied into it. So yeah, it kind of looks like a mess because it's out of the vehicle. But I'll put that back in my box over here with my goodies and just set that aside because that's not what we're working on now. What we're working on is getting the engine out and cleaning the engine bay and getting the engine bay looking good. Part of that is, like I said, pulling that fender and inner fender out. So I had to remove all that to do that. So, but I think this is a good stopping point for now. I'm going to go eat lunch. Little update. Yep. Moved it over since I'm working on it now. So what we got. Now, of course, wiring harness is out. Got the carb off. Working on getting this fender off. Got the grill off. Got my little goodie box and stuff right there. These, I can buy these new, so I probably won't be putting those back on, but those would work if you had one that was broke. That's about where we're at. So essentially I cleaned it out just to fill it back up full of stuff. But anyways, I'm just gonna work on the fender here, get that off, and the reason I'm taking it off is because back behind there's that leak. So this is that Van Sickle Satin Black with full hardener that I put on here that did not get any UV light to it at all. Still looks like the day I sprayed it. The stuff's pretty tough. The satin, as I'm learning, is not the best thing. Because here's the exact same thing that's only a year old, and it just grayed out like Jim over there. So I'm learning, but I think I figured out the satin black thing. Don't use the oil base enamel satin black. Use acrylic enamel. It works much better. as you can see, Ramcharger's in, been working on it, got the fender off and everything. Been working on it. So I don't think I talked about the problem with the engine. What I'm going to try to do is just tear the engine apart. It's a good running engine, so there shouldn't be anything majorly wrong with it. Tear it apart, look at it, clean it up, put it back together. I'll try to get the block deck, the head done, do a real good job on the head. I'm going to replace the valve spring, get it set up for a little bit more performance cam. Whether I put it in or not, that's always going to be a good thing, is get away from the factory springs and put those in there. Just depends on what everything looks like, but I'm going to put the slant 6 back in. I intend on doing the manual transmission conversion to this with the slant 6, and we'll see where we're at once we get to that point right there. I can always come back, do some performance stuff here, some performance there. This will be a good baseline for what we got. The goal of this is to be a good cruiser. So I want, you know, comfy seats, air conditioning, the heater to work, all the nice amenities to work on it, be able to go down and do different things with it. That's the goal of it. So it's got to get some pretty good mileage. I know the factory 318 in this right here, just the bone stock 2-barrel 318 in it with a 904, had the lockup converter. So I think that's the A999 or 998 or whatever. That got 18 miles a gallon. So that's my baseline right there. If I'm going to have a slant 6 in it, it's going to have to do something different than what I could get with a 318. Because I'm pretty confident a little bit of tuning on that 2-barrel 318, I could probably knock down 21 in this thing, right? So slant 6 in there, just got to at least meet that, if not go more. So that's going to be my challenge here, is once I get it going, get the baseline, what can I do to make it more of a good cruiser? I don't know what you can get out of one of these buggers, so we'll see. But that's what this project is. How to come up with a name with it. If you got a catchy name for that other than just calling it the Ramcharger, let me know. So there again, if the slant 6 doesn't work out, I'm not opposed to changing that. I know it will work in a car and get excellent mileage in a car. In a truck, that's where the whole slant 6 mileage thing kind of breaks down a little bit. It just can't quite get there, right? Anyways, I think that's where I'm going to stop off for here. I got a lot of little contents and footage and stuff going on. So, well, we'll just keep working on this. This is a long-term project, so it's going to be a lot of this tear down and all that stuff before we get to the fun stuff of doing some paint and engine build and all that. We got to see what we got, fix a couple things, and then we'll get to enjoy this thing. It's going to be a little while, but we're going to get there. All right, well, I'll see you next time on Broken Tool Garage. I'm just going to go put it in the storage area, and that'll get it out of the way. I'm going to leave that.